The small things that we look over. You know what you look over that's small? That I looked over that was small. You know what the small things I looked over, even though I know I'm in this big old world, didn't believe something that I didn't see? When somebody hit me in the stomach, somebody caught me one day throwing them chingazos out there and hit me in the stomach and knocked the wind out of me. You should have seen me fighting to get the wind back in me. I couldn't see it, but I know damn I need it. And I started thinking, waking up, things that I don't appreciate, like water, like air, like going outside every day, like going to your own refrigerator, getting the food out of your own refrigerator, like mama hollering at you. I'm telling you this here because at 16, by me making bad choices and bad decisions, by me not listening to people that went the right way in life, cost me a hefty price in my life. It cost me 200 years sent to the Texas prison system at the age of 16. Can you imagine that judge? Didn't you go in front of a judge? Can you imagine you standing in front of the judge? You think you going home with your mama, and that judge look at you and say, I hereby sentence you 50 years count 1, 50 years count 2, 50 years count 3, 50 years count 4. You know what happened to me? I'm standing there. I'm thinking I'm going home on probation. My heart dropped to the floor, and that old bailiff came. Those police and the old police bailiff coming and went to wrapping me up in the courtroom. My mother passed out in the courtroom, and I'm standing there. I'm standing there in front of that judge, and I know that I'm thinking I'm going home. My mama done spent all the money on the house and borrowed a bunch of money to get this good lawyer. The lawyer done told me I'm getting 10 years probation, and this man done gave me 200 years. From that point on, and I'm telling all y'all in this room, y'all gonna be given a rude awakening if you don't take heed when somebody giving you good advice. See, when I give you the information, once I give y'all this information today, it's gonna be even harsher on y'all when you violate the rules, because it's just like it goes, like I said, the unseen, once they know that you know. See, I can't fault you for not knowing, but once you know, you are definitely responsible. He led me out of there, took me in his back room. Before I got out of there, my mother passed out in the courtroom, screaming and hollering, passed out. I didn't weigh but 140 pounds, little skinny dude. I was a little skinny dude. Little skinny dude, hair all over my head. They marched me out of there, put me in a back room, and everything when I was in that little back room with no windows, one door, no windows in the door, and locked me in there. Everything somebody told me, that mine. The coach that told me if you didn't straighten up, you're going to jail. Your mama that told you, all this gonna come in your head, because there's nothing you can do once you get locked up and go into Texas prison. Nothing I can do other than what they say once you're getting ready to go to Texas prison. You know what that is? You got to become a man. You know what I mean by becoming a man? That means that you actually got to deal with a whole different lifestyle and people trying you, because in Texas prisons, they don't pay you no money. So you got to know how to hustle. You got to know how to survive. You got to know how to scheme. And you got to know what people to hang with, because in prison, you can either come in old, young, old, or cold. Because if you don't come in one of those kind of way, you will leave out dead or mentally messed up. My mother did everything she can to try to save me. They sent me to a unit called Ferguson Unit, the young unit in Texas prisons. Here I am, 16, going to prison with 200 years. My whole world just went straight down. I didn't know what to do. I'm from Houston. They took me to a place, Ferguson, where they was picking cotton. And they got a man on a horse. They got people in line. We get up at 3 o'clock in the morning to go eat breakfast. And they got a man on horses. They got me in a line. I'm from Houston. I'm full of McDonald's and Jack in the Box. I'm just out of shape. And they got me hitting on this ground in this Texas heat. And I threw the Aggie down because I couldn't handle it because my hand was bleeding. I got them little spots in my eyes. And that heat they give you 1 or 2 water breaks every other 30 minutes. and you hot and you sweating, and you can't, my hand bleeding. I threw the Aggie down, the man got off the horse. He handcuffed me out in the field. And when he handcuffed me, most of them old guards in prison, they just use you to set an example for the rest of them if you lay it down. So they handcuffed me, and what he did, he had me standing there. I'm about to pass out because no water, and I'm about to go. And he said, "You ain't gonna work." He didn't say it like, they don't talk to you like that in prison, baby. He called me everything but my name. Standing there, "You ain't gonna work." I said, "I can't work. My hand bleeding." He don't want to hear about your hand bleeding. And what he did, let everybody know, if you do what he finna do, I'm gonna do the same thing. He spit a big water chew in the back of my face. Can you imagine me standing there, and I'm standing there, I'm gangster in the street, packing all my guns in the street, and I'm in prison, and I got a man on a horse and he spit a big water chew in the back of my face. And I'm saying this here because every one of y'all here on juvenile probation is leading your life to somebody that's going to disrespect you the rest of your life. Because I'm going to tell y'all in the room, but you can't, I mean, it's hard to go to prison. Have you been practicing putting this kind of stuff up your behind? Excuse me, player. Did you hear what I said? Are you practicing, sister? You don't understand, brother. Now, he was the only one said he ain't going to prison, right? Quick and fast. A lot of y'all hesitated. So if you don't know if you're going to prison or not, player, are you practicing putting this kind of stuff up your behind? Huh? You ain't thought about that, huh? Well, if you don't have yours when I pull mine out, you stuck out, player. Because in prison, there ain't no such thing as fighting fair. And what you going to do when I walk up to you in prison with my hand, grab you around the ear, kiss you on your lips, tell you got some pretty eyes. I walk over to you and grab a handful of your behind, and just hold it right there. What you gonna do? Your homeboy, look at your homeboy from Houston and all the boys looking at you. See how you gonna respond to me. What you do? See, in prison it's about tests. Everybody don't get raped, but everybody get tried. Everybody don't get raped, but everybody get tried mentally. And if you don't know how to respond back to me, because when you come through the door, there's a new booty. They call you new booty when you get there. When you get through the door. You know that? You know they call you new booty when you get through the door? You may sitting there, they be waiting on you to come through the door. You got your little sack with you, and you come through the door, and the first one walk up to you and say, "Come here, homeboy." Make you sit down beside him. And sometimes it'll be made a bet that I make a bet with him that I can have you arching your eyebrows before you get upstairs. Or making my coffee. I'm sitting there watching TV. I got my feet kicked back. Go make my coffee. Matter of fact, take my boots off and get you some boot polish and have you shining my boots while I'm standing there. Before you get up to your cell, I done already talk you into being my girl. Ain't gonna happen, yeah? You don't believe that, do you? That's without even slapping you in front of everybody. You be shining my boots. You believe you shine somebody's boots in prison? What about you? Huh? No. You won't shine nobody's boots? What if I make somebody beg? Make somebody beg. A lot of tough ones gonna go to prison. Why are so many people in prison doing it? And I mean, I see people in there, they 6'6", stout, look like they can hit somebody, just drop him. He got a little old man, he holding on to his belt buckle. Big old dude. That's the man, that's the girl. Why is that? Why is that? You see the reverse. The little bitty one is the man and the big one. Why is that in prison? Mine. And that's what I'm trying to get y'all to see out here. If y'all don't start dealing with your mind out here, once you get in there, it's going to be a whole different thing. Because in prison, these are the games that you play. This is the life. It's just like on the street. You will stay a certain, what kind of game is this?
Check.
Huh?
Check.
Simple game. Move one. Jumping. Not too much concentration, right? You can kick back, smoke your. On this game here, you know what this game here? Huh?
Yeah,
it takes a little bit more strategy, don't it? You got to do some thinking, don't you? somehow in this day and time, with all the new technology, it's designed to stop you from thinking. You're doing a lot of reaction, and that's what I'm telling you today. If you don't stop and slow down and catch yourself, what have you done different since you've been put on probation?
What I've done?
Yeah.
I've been acting better. Make sure I didn't do what I did.
You say you've been acting better? You